Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4 by 8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are on day 6 of our Halloween practicing bits and bobs so that we can be ready for next month. Yeah, how does this happen? My desk is a disaster this morning. I found a bunch of stuff from traveling to Vietnam in May. All these wrappers from the food that they gave us on the plane. Oh my gosh. The sanitizers I threw away because I'm not so sure those are still good. But just crazy, just crazy. Anyhow, I found a stack of paper. They're on the left-hand side, and I found some protectors for 3 by 8. But all this paper right here are stuff that I ordered off of Amazon ages ago. Ages ago. I don't even remember when. And this Christmas journal I got from Skylar Hand. She's in Florida and does a lot of stuff with Traveler's Notebooks. But yeah, I found that. I don't know if I'll use it. I bought it as an experiment to see if this was several years ago, 2 Christmases ago maybe. In case I wanted to try to make something like that, and I wanted to see how, like, her quality of paper, which is excellent, her cover, which is excellent, um, and my husband and I in Destin, Florida, years and years and years ago. Anyhow, and I found these. I want to put paint in them, and they're kind of like make your own huge fat magic marker, but I can't get the lids off. So a project for another day. So let's get going here. So I pulled out the ones that are the ledger papers, and they're matte, so they're easy to take paint. And I decided I was going to try to play with paint again because I had so much fun yesterday. And I got out a jelly plate and I did a little bit of that. First, I used cellophane, which I kind of am preserving this one because I really like it and I might use it as a window maybe or something. I don't know for next month. So I'm kind of not liking I'm trying to get off everything I put on there because I don't want to ruin what effect was there, but I don't know. I may have. I don't know. I can't remember. I do play with it quite a bit. I don't know. And I'm like, why don't you just use your jelly plate? So anyhow, but I did do a little bit of painting this morning here, and we have a gorgeous day. Today is Labor Day in the United States. Happy Labor Day yesterday for you guys. For those in the United States. I know some are not in the United States that watch this. But anyhow, uh, we have a huge Labor Day parade here, but it is very problematic. Our little area of Columbia is hard to get in and out of on a good day. And when you block half the streets of the 4 streets that we have here in this area, it's problematic. So we just don't go. And it's mostly for kids and politicians. And good God, the politicians in South Carolina are just horrible, so we're not going. Anyhow, and it's hard on the dog. It's too hot. So I'm waiting for the traffic to die down from that and try to sneak to the grocery store. But the little girls are coming over. They're not little, they're 12. They're 13. They're going to be 13. Um, they did not spend the night last night. One of them had family obligations that she was unaware of and was made to go to. Yay, good family, good family. Ours doesn't have family obligations unless we create them for her. So she is free as a bird. But anyhow, so my husband has gone to go get them, meet the other dad. Um, so grandfather to dad exchange. My husband is a grandfather. The dad is long gone, long gone. Good riddance. Trust me, trust me. Anyhow, so I sidetracked. Probably gonna get in trouble for that. Um, so I'm just playing on more book pages and just trying to, whether I use these or not, I kind of have to get my head prepared for these two because you got to stay on top of them every second. They're just, as a team, both of them are great children, but as a team, they're very sneaky. And they get into things that they know they're not supposed to, but they keep doing it anyhow. So I'm trying to get my head around, yes, she needs to have friends. Yes, I'm glad she's coming over. Yes, I'm glad they're both coming over. Ay, ay, ay. So brace yourselves. My mind is better. Is otherwise occupied. So I'm just playing with something I know I love, and along with the colors I'm going to use next month, and just keep going. And if I use these papers, fine. If I don't, I don't. But then I remembered Then I remembered in the middle of the night when I woke up at midnight and I was wondering why the people next door had left all the floodlights on. Um, I'm like, oh yeah, I have a Duke University yearbook that I got at a junk shop. Under piles and piles of other junk, I found this thing, and it's from 1943, which is kind of the era of our story um, that we're going to do as a book report next month. We're doing a book report in a journal. Me just kind of like highlighting the facts in every chapter and creating a Halloween journal with it. That's going to be my October daily. Anyhow, so I wrote craft in here and I wrote it in two directions kind of because I didn't want it visible, but I wanted texture and interest. So we'll see. Anyhow, so I'm to the point where I'm almost ready to get down the Duke University yearbook. And I want to try to make a split face. And I actually made half man, half woman. And my first go around, my first try worked. The pictures are not big enough, so I might take some of these pictures and photocopy them and enlarge them so that I can have a bigger face. That might be the one thing I do differently next month. But all in all, I'm not disliking the way they turned out. So at this point, I thought I might try to make a door. But I used it for a picture frame, and that's fine. That's fine. That is fine. And I'm just trying to make it rusty and crusty and Halloweenish and add all the colors, grunge up all the colors. I probably should just get out a bucket and turn it into rusty, crusty color paints like ochre and black and gray. Here's the Duke University album. Boy, the camera is close. There's some great pictures in here. Actually, it's good for this. But I'm looking for larger heads. The seniors had larger heads, so I pulled out some of those. And I end up not using those. But I can use them next month. Or I might still experiment with some of these. But the hairstyles and they all look like they're 40, but they're really 20. They look just so much older than what we looked at that age, in my opinion, but whatever. But anyhow, so they'll be good for down the road, and I still might experiment with them on something else. But so I went back to the activities and the extracurricular stuff and was looking I found a party scene, so that's good because I need a party scene. Every good book report should have a party scene. And then I'm just trying to find larger heads, and then I found like the beauty queens. Like, okay, those will work for the large heads, but what about the men? Because I wanted it like half man, half woman. I think I found some. Well, I know I did because I made one, but where did I get it from? I may have just ended up taking the first couple. Oh, here's some larger pictures right here, like officers or something from sororities and fraternities. So I pulled out some of those, and I pulled out the two that would kind of match the best in the way their head was held and the way they were looking, because some are looking left, some are looking right. So I kind of mushed two people together to make a creepy face. That was my only goal, was just a creepy face. Not man and woman or anything like that, just a creepy face. And possibly, it could be creepier, but it still works. So I made two. And I went across their faces and kind of just got an eye from one and an eye from another. And this is fun. Is this Frankenstein perhaps? I don't know. Am I creating my own human? I don't know. He's got kind of like a mohawk on one side, but whatever. Anyhow, so if this is you, I'm so sorry I cut your yearbook picture up. I'm so sorry. But chances are anybody from 1943 is not, well, they could still be around. That was only a couple years younger than my mom. Oh, yeah, they could be around actually. Anyhow, so just fun. And a little color pencil action here from pencils that I got at the Taiwan airport when we were waiting for our plane to Hanoi. I forgot I had these too. They're just generic pencils, but it was just fun, and they're just sitting here. So I added a little bit of bronzer, I added a little bit of cheek, I added a little bit of lipstick, and then I added some yellow to make them look uh, pale and ghostly. That really doesn't show up, but that's okay. So now let's just make a picture frame, I'm thinking, and trying to come up with the right combination of grunge, torn, tattered edges, um, gilding. I don't know if I actually put gold on this. I may not have. I need to put gold on it actually to make it work for next month better. Um, it took me a while. I wanted the edges, darkened, and I wanted the right amount of torn edges and not to be looking so intentional. But I'm pretty much there. And all of this stuff can be used for next month. And I probably, like Judy, you said to start making props. I'm with you, girl. I'm with you. I probably will start doing that pretty soon here. Um, I'm still kind of testing my thought processes out and my construction process and see how that works. Here's where I decided it wasn't torn enough or ragged enough, as if it were found somewhere on an attic floor or in an old English estate, hanging on the wall of great 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 grandma or great great grandfather Philip or something like that. Speaking of grandfather Philip, I think yesterday was the anniversary of Queen Elizabeth dying, the first year. That has gone by fast. My husband said something about that. I don't know if that was true. But anyhow, he only hears half a story sometimes, so who knows? But it makes sense, actually. Anyhow, so I kept going for grunge, and then I needed some stability back here because my opening for the frame was problematic at times. So I just put some paper out of the trash and put it on the back and kind of stabilized everything. And then I had these little snippets. So I decided to add them on the side, and they work. They kind of work. They look better on camera than they do in person, but that's okay. They work, and they'll add to the effect of grunge, and maybe I need to grunge them up a little bit more now that they're on there, but so much fun. Woo! She's coming to the party next month. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Bye.